I'm your host, Jordan Jones, and today I'll be talking about mental health, Brave New World, and Born Again. Hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned for more episodes in the future. And we are live. Man, it feels so good to be saying that. I miss saying that so much. I can't believe it's already been 5 months. I let 5 months go by without making another episode. Shame on me. Shame on me. You can get at me in the comments. But hey guys, it's been a long time. Like, a lot has happened since Comic-Con week. To start off, I've gotten over 300 million impressions on Twitter overall for the year of 2024. I've gotten over 1 million likes. I got featured in Superman's fan reaction marketing campaign. I got invited to a private entertainment panel. The Marvel and DC community on X has surpassed 100,000 members. Like, that's crazy to even say out loud. And I also got invited to the Tide screening event for Captain America: Brave New World. So your boy's been working. But I gotta admit, throughout all of the chaos and all of the hard work, I've been stressed. I've been very, very stressed. So today, I'm going to just tell you guys how I've been, what's on my mind currently, and my next steps. And then we're also going to dive into Brave New World, my reactions, and what's currently out now, Daredevil Born Again. So buckle up. For a while, when I created this show, I've always known that I wanted to talk about mental health, but I just didn't know how I was going to ease into the topic. And you know, everybody's mental health is different. Everybody has different journeys. Everybody deals with situations every day, different situations every day. And it's not something that people really feel too comfortable talking about. But luckily for me, like, I like to talk my feelings out as often as I can, because I can't let it in. If I let it in, it just affects everything around me. So, as a creator, it's like, it's a blessing to be able to create your own schedule. It's a blessing to be able to cover the things that you love and that you want to talk about every day. But also, people don't realize how hard it is to do that on a consistent basis. Like, everybody knows that, like, the creator game is all about numbers and statistics and, like, you know, who's popping the most and who's, like, you know, bringing the heat to the table. And, you know, a lot of that can start to consume you and, like, take over your mind and have you overthink. And especially me as an overthinker, like, I tend to just take it too serious. Like, of course, we're all in here to win. We're all in here to elevate and become the best versions of ourselves. But at the same time, it's like, often we forget to just focus on just having fun. And I know in the beginning of, like, the show, like in earlier season, I've always said to just, like, you know, for us fans to just have fun and just be in the moment and just be grateful that we get to do what we do. But it's like, the pressure, it's like, so nowadays it's like you can't really, what am I trying to say? The space overall has become so toxic. And I mean, like, just audience wise, like, you know, with the ongoing changes in the social environment, the recent election, and just like what Twitter and social media is starting to, like, stand for now, and this whole era of quote unquote free speech, it gets hard to, you know, to just have fun, because it's like everyone around you is just, they always have negative things to say. They're in this very toxic headspace, and they abuse the concept of free speech, and they think that hate speech and all other types of forms of disrespect is okay when, it's not. So, yeah, like how that's affected me personally, I just don't like. I can make posts and I can do things, but it's like, and I can moderate my communities, but it's like, my heart is not in the game no more when it comes to just like trying to interact with others outside of my own community, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't have the energy nor the patience nor the time to interact with like people under, like, let's say discussing film comments and make my own comment under their page. Like, I don't want to deal with people coming after me just for having an opinion or just, enjoying something that I liked. I've become very like closed off. So it's like whatever I choose to share, it's like I have to overthink, like, am I going to be able to breathe and move on after I give my opinion, because people are so like negative. Like, they can just, like, let's say if you say you like a project, and then somebody in your comments will go like, oh, but it only made like $2 at the box office, and it's such a trash movie. It only has like 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience score is like like people like that. Like, everybody has such a strong opinion on everything. Like, when I first came into the game, I didn't stress about anything. I didn't overthink nothing I posted. I just posted what I wanted to post, and that was that. And then like the things just came naturally. Like, I didn't have to overthink about like, oh, if I post this, will I, make people upset, or would I lose potential like collaborations and things like that of that nature. And it's like, why should I have to worry about that? Like, the reason I got here, the reason why I've been able to do the things I've been doing is because I was being myself. And I kind of let like this journey in my career, I kind of let other people dictate my journey instead of me, forging my own path and trusting every instinct that I make, regardless of who gets upset about it or who may not agree with what I'm doing, or, who doesn't believe in me, and, things like that. I'm Jordan Jones, like, and nobody can take that away from me. And for a while, for these past couple of months since Comic-Con, I felt like I just needed to like do more, be more, and just stay at a high level. And it's like, not every day is going to be Comic-Con. Like, not every day is going to be a big moment. And I'm realizing that slowly as I'm venting to you guys on this podcast, because this is more of me venting. And yeah, like, I realize now that whatever's meant for me will come to me immediately, like, with no question, no doubt. And the people that I'm supposed to be around, or the people that's supposed to come into my life, they will come naturally. And there's been a lot of ups and downs as far as my social life. Like, Comic-Con was such a big step as far as social anxiety goes, but then it also brought like a lot of unrealistic expectations from like former friends. And I had to like cut ties because it's like it was starting to drain me, and it was starting to like get in the way of who I know myself to be, So it created like a imposter syndrome in a way, where it was like Jordan Jones just felt like a persona rather than who I actually am. Like, I'm pretty sure most of you guys watched what's this show called, Hannah Montana, or just like even relating to superheroes, like most of them have split personalities or like dual lives or double lives. Like at when I'm on my phone or when I'm like making posts or doing other creative work, I'm Jordan Jones. But then it's like in my real life, I'm just Jordan, and it's like I've been struggling to like find a way to just merge the two. But then it's like, why did I have to merge the two? Why did I have to merge the two when this whole time I've always been Jordan Jones? Like, they're not two different people. They're not like levels that I can just tap on and off. Like, no, this is the same person. The same person that, you know, met James Gunn. Same guy that started the DC community and had reasons for positivity, and the guy that loves Eternals to death and Black Adam. Like, this is the same person. This is you, Jordan, you know? So it's like, I was starting to let people, like after Comic-Con, I was starting to let people like come into my head and just be like, oh, you gotta act like this, or you gotta be like this, or you gotta post like this, and you can't think like this, and you can't be so like positive. And I was just like thinking to myself, like, what? Like, why should I have to be anything more just because other people like I get that I'm catering to an audience, right, every day. But at the same time, it's like the only person I should be impressing, or the only person that I should be making my content for truly, is myself. Like, that's not to say like you can't, you know, do things that your fans or your followers would love. Of course, you always want to, you know, without you guys, I wouldn't be here. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to be doing anything or like be in a headspace just because somebody else told me to. Because at the end of the day, like, if you let somebody else like convince you or just like think for you and try to be you, then you're not yourself anymore. Like, you're just a puppet. And I just got tired of being a puppet. I felt like I was being a puppet to like many people in my life, like both professionally and personally. It was just like too much. So I also let this like affect my podcast, because I started it out and I was making episodes back to back. And even though they weren't like huge, but the numbers were still there and people were still tuning in. And I kind of just let overthinking and everything just like take over. And I was just like, I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, why? Now I'm thinking like, why did I think that? Like, why did I think that I could not do this? Or why did I think that I wasn't capable enough to do this? Like, I'm Jordan. I can do anything I want to, regardless if it does well or not. And that's something that I encourage all of you guys to like keep in your mind. Like, you don't have to have millions of followers. You don't have to have 1,000 connections and industry like contacts. If you want to make it in this game, all you have to do is be yourself. Be yourself. Stay true to your thoughts, your intuitions, and just have fun. Have fun. Like, at the end of the day, I have to realize all of this is because I want to do it. All of this is because I want to have fun. And I can't let doubt or other people like just take me out of that space, you know, even during the quiet moments. Because like, there's not, you know, the schedule with Marvel and DC, it's been all over the place because of the what is it called, the writer strikes in 2023. So it's like there will be like a week where like everything is dropping at once, and then there'll be like another week where it's very quiet. And it's like, during those quiet moments, you know, I'm still me. I'm still Jordan, you know, I still have value. And yeah, now that I'm recording this episode, I feel like I feel much better letting all of that out. And it might not make sense, like playing it back, but whatever. Like that's not the point of this show. Like going into it, I was like, oh, it needs to be professional, it needs to be cohesive, everything has to make sense. It's like, no, this is a podcast. Most people I know and most people I watch, they just talk. Like that's all podcasting is. It's just talking. So this is, yeah, that's how I've been feeling. That's some of the things that's been on my mind as a creator, and just personally, like I've just had like real imposter syndrome after Comic-Con, and I was just like, like I kind of felt like I was just on autopilot, but my heart wasn't really there no more. And that's probably why I let all these months pass by without making another episode. But on another note, Brave New World, the Tide screening for that was, oh my, that was so fire. I had entered I think they had posted something in January. They were like, oh, Tide, we're doing like a collateral stain screening where like guests can just go in and they can just have a 4D like screening of the Brave New World. So like it was like a mini event. And you know, on the day that was announced, I was just like, oh, okay, you know, let me just sign up, you know, and just see if I have a chance. And it's funny enough because I didn't know that this was a local event. I kind of just thought like I was gonna get like if I won, I thought I was just gonna have to travel. But when I found out it was in New York, I was like, what? And then a couple weeks later, I get accepted. Like that. Oh my God, that was crazy. Like I've never won a giveaway like a international or global or big giveaway. I've never won that, but I've always just like imagined myself like, what if I would win? And you know, throughout the many times I've signed up for a giveaway and I didn't win, I kind of just like let go a little bit. Like, okay, like I'm not gonna bother signing up because I'm not gonna win. But this time something told me like, hey, Jordan, sign up because you are probably gonna win. And then I won. And the first thing I did when I won was call my cousin. I was like, listen, he needs to come with me. He needs to come with me. And like fast forward like 2 weeks later, I almost lost the opportunity because I forgot to respond to an email. But after all that was situated, 2 weeks later we go, and I have made a TikTok about it. So if you guys like missed that part of my experience and you want to see it for yourselves, go to my TikTok at JORDNJNES and my Instagram with the same name, and you guys can watch that. But going in there, it was fun. As soon as I walked in, it was like the Tide guests. I mean, not the Tide guests, the Tide workers. They were right there to greet me, and the place, it felt like a party. It kind of felt like a party in a premiere at one. Like I wasn't expecting it to be like that at all, honestly. I thought it was just gonna be like, as soon as you walk in, boom, theater, you watch the movie. But no, it was like an actual event, and people were there talking and drinking, and it was fun. Like that was my first real like event, and I hope that this is like the start of many more, because I feel like that's all I've wanted. That's all I ever wanted, was just to, you know, be one of the first people to watch a new movie, a new Marvel or DC movie, and then like be at the event and just get to experience like cool interactions and exhibits, like things like that. That's a dream. And then boom, like I did it, man. Like that. I'm like, I can't even process it really. I'm still trying to process it a whole month later. But back to the movie. When we got in there, the movie experience was pretty good. They had like it was like a what do you call those things? Like they had like it was like a test room, I guess. Yeah, like where, because it was an event where we had to like wear clothes that we really like didn't care about, or you know, just like clothes that can be suited for the event. So like when you're done and you want to wash them, you can, basically, if that even makes any sense. So, yeah, we watched the movie, and that experience was like, ugh, like we got dirty. We really got dirty. Like, I think when Red Hawk was like jumping off the building, and he like landed on the floor, boom, like the dirt just like hit us all the way, and it was, ugh, it was disgusting. Like, it didn't have a bad smell or anything, but it was just like, you know, ugh, like you just got dirt all over you. It just felt weird. But I love that. I swear to God, that was one of the best nights I've ever had in this career. One of the best nights. And yeah. But I feel like that was such a horrible explanation or recap of the I feel like that was such a horrible recap because my mind is so foggy now recording this episode. So whenever I play it back, I hope to God it just sounds clean enough to post. But the next topic is Born Again. In this show, Born Again, oh my goodness. I have a confession. I did not watch season 2 or 3 before ever. Yeah, like before ever. I don't think I watched anything past season 1 for that whole like Defenders universe. I'm lying. I watched Jessica Jones season 1, but besides those two, I didn't watch anything else. So I literally, before Daredevil came out, I binged the entire show in like probably less than like 3-4 days. And I loved it. Like, that show was really, really, really good. And I was just thinking to myself, like, oh, I don't know if they're going to be able to top it. I don't know if they're going to be able to elevate it or replicate it or be the same thing. But no, like that first 2 episode premiere, Born Again, that literally felt like the Netflix show, but just with like heightened elements. Like the way that the show is filmed, it feels like a movie, and it feels very grounded and gritty and just intentional. And I really love that about this show. Like, I don't get tired of watching it, even without, like, recently. Now I think we're on episode 4 now. Like, 4 episodes in, we got Daredevil in the first episode, and then like the trauma happened for him where he lost Foggy, and since then, like, there hasn't been much Daredevil action, and that's fine with me because one of my favorite parts of the last show, or not the last show, but the 4 other seasons of the show, was the courtroom scenes. And these courtroom scenes now, like, I feel like they nailed it. It feels just like the Netflix show. The only difference is how it's filmed, basically, to me. Like, how it looks, that's the only difference to me. But everything else, it just feels the same. It flows very naturally. And yeah, I love Born Again. And I think we probably have like 3 or 4 more episodes left. Yeah, we have 2 like tomorrow at the time that I'm filming this. And I think like 2 or 3 more after that. And then the show's over. But they're filming season 2 right now. And based off what I've seen on season 2, it seems like they're going to go like a darker route. I think, what is it called? The comic run? The Shadowland or something like that. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I have no problem with being corrected about that. But I'm not sure what happens in our run. I haven't read it yet, but it just seems like Matt's going to go in a darker direction since he's becoming Daredevil again. And I can't wait for that. I really can't wait. And it seems like Karen has a little new look too. She has like red hair now. So it's like, I'm wondering how the show is going to be different, or is it going to feel the same? Because I know that during this first season of Born Again, it went under like a big creative overhaul. So I'm not sure if it's going to feel different season 2, or are they just going to have more like freedom to do things that they couldn't do with the first season. But I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's what's happening now, and that's what's been happening. And next steps, I think Thunderbolts is coming out in May, which is about to be like a month and a half. And after that, it's game time, really. Like, I feel like the beginning of the year was, pretty smooth. We had Creature Commandos, we had Spider-Man, and now we have Daredevil. I love Creature Commandos and I love Spider-Man, by the way. Like, oh my God, those two shows are amazing. Those two shows are perfect. Like, it's funny because I didn't really care when both of these shows were first announced. I didn't really care because I'm like, oh, they're not like anything that I'm like the main characters that I'm really interested in. These are like different characters, like especially like obscure as in regards to Creature Commandos specifically. Like, those are obscure characters. In Spider-Man, it was going to be in the MCU originally, but then it wasn't. And then now in the show, after watching the show, they have a lot of MCU elements, but it's not in the MCU canon. If that even makes any sense. Like, the real fans would know what I'm saying. But yeah, those two shows are amazing. And yeah, right now we're just coasting. We're coasting. We're getting a little content out here and there. But I feel like the summer is really when things are gonna elevate. And I'm gonna go hard. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go hard. I'm definitely gonna be more consistent now. Like, since this is a comeback episode, I'm gonna be more consistent, and hopefully I will have guests. Like, the next episode, I should have guests. I just gotta figure out who it is and who I want it to be. I have to like make out a guest list and then start reaching out. But yeah, we're gonna be locked in, and Wave is back for real this time. Like, season 2, we're not playing no games. Wave is here and here to stay. But as always, it's an honor to be able to host the show, and it's an honor to be able to have such a supportive fan base and following. I love you guys so much, and I just can't wait to see what 2025 has in store for me. Like, last year was amazing, and I shouldn't put pressure on myself to go bigger. Obviously that's the goal, but we can't control what happens in life. Like, things happen when they need to happen. So, of course, the goal for this year is to go bigger. But whatever ends up happening, I'll be okay with that. But I know that a lot of great things are in store for me, and we're gonna take this to the next level. So on that note, once again, I appreciate you guys, and thank you for tuning into this new season premiere of Wave. Love you guys. Take care.